range three, and it's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me? 10, that's his youth right there.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gibby, meet Freddie. Game 1 of the World Series.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Work Sports Radio. Today we have a lot to go over for episode 8, I believe it is. So we're going to get right into it. We have some World Cup stuff, some more NBA stuff, some UFC at the end, some previews of the fights tonight, and my picks for tonight as well. So tune into those, stay till the end to listen to all those. So let's get right into it. So first off, we're going to start with the World Cup. It has been phenomenal still. Great games on everywhere. We had the Portugal game the other day. Obviously, they beat Spain. Oh, no, Spain beat Portugal. My bad. I apologize. 1-0. 1-0. It was a great game. Great game. Just amazing, honestly. Lots to cover, though. Lots to cover. So, we have, obviously, France beat Morocco on Tuesday, and they are now playing Spain on this Tuesday, I believe it is. And that's going to be a great game. Stars on both sides, both teams. I'm excited for it. Can't really wait for it. I'm probably the game of the tournament, in my opinion, just because of the star power and the depth that both teams have. There's bench players to start for most countries. It's insane. It's insane the depth they have. And now we're covering that. These players all play for Barcelona's, the Arsenal's, the Real Madrid's. All of these different players. They're stacked. Spain stacked. I'm excited. Lamine Yamal is gonna be out there. Cucurella just moved to Real Madrid. I'm excited. Pedri, Barcelona, insane. Good player. Hasn't had a great tournament so far. Neither has Yamal though. If I want to be honest, he really hasn't lived up to the expectations of what I thought he'd be. And we'll get into this a little bit. I want to say that I think that Yamal's great. I think he's a great player, a great talent. But the label of him being the best player in the world was too early. Way too early. Top 3 player for me. I still have Mbappe over him. Yes, he went trophyless. Yes, he didn't do anything at Real Madrid the past 2 years, winning club-wise, turned in trophies. But individually, he's amazing. And when it's World Cup time, it's Mbappe. He's that guy. He's going to finish the all-time leading World Cup scorer, which is crazy because he has 2 more left in him probably. Maybe even 3 if he pushes that far, but we'll see. He relies mostly on his pace, so I don't know if he'll play till he's the 40, 48, the 41 like Ronaldo, or the 38 like Messi, he's more of a technical player, and he doesn't have to beat you with his speed all the time. And Mbappe uses that mostly, but he's great technically still. But Olise on France, Upamecano, their depth is insane. I could list off 7 attackers who would all start. It's quite insane. They have Marcus Thuram, who starts for Inter Milan, and he doesn't even start for them, for the France team, and it's just insane. They've had a player named Kone, who's not blown up because he's been a great player for a very long time, but he has been moving. He'll get a top club offer this year. I think it'll be Manchester United if I guess it right now. I really don't know. There's lots of rumors. He'll probably leave Roma this summer in the Italian league in Serie A. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Norway versus England tonight. That's going to be a great game. We're going to see Holland versus Kane. I have England pulling through. I do think they will get through. I trust Tuchel more. I trust that England more than I do Norway, I would say. But we can't keep doubting Norway. Everyone keeps doubting Norway, me included. I didn't think they get this far, but Holland's just insane. He carries them. That he's a machine in front of goal. I'm so excited for it. And then we have the late game tonight, which is going to be the Argentina versus Switzerland game. Manzambi, the midfielder from Freiburg in the Bundesliga, he may play. I think he was out the last game. But still, they looked solid versus Colombia. Wasn't as high scoring as the rest of the games went into penalties, but penalties is always amazing to see. That's just one of the peak sports moments, honestly. And I think a lot of people are like, I don't like penalties because they're so used to American football with the kicking the field goals. And penalties is one of the greatest experiences ever. It's great to see. There's so much drama and build up for it. It's amazing. I'm excited for it. But back to the England game, I think that the quality England has is going to prevail again. Their depth everywhere. The way Tuchel manages in knockouts. He's a knockout manager. He's not a regular season manager. When he gets knockouts, it's a different beast. And I think that England's going to pull through. I really do. And I'm excited for that game. And then Argentina. I have also Argentina pulling through. But Switzerland's also, it's going to be a great game. They're experienced team. They're not a star power is not the same as Argentina, as they don't have as many like stars you'll know about. But Switzerland's a great team. They play together. They play just great football. Honestly, it's been great to watch. And they're more of a dark horse this year. I didn't think Switzerland would get as far. I don't think a lot of people did, but I'm excited for that game as well. But yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. There's a lot of controversy right now going around FIFA and how they allowed Florian Balogun to play versus Belgium, which it didn't really matter at the end of the day. The United States was never winning, but again, I don't agree. We went over that last episode, so whatever. Honestly, whatever. And then in 2 weeks, or a week and so from today, be the final. If I was to guess right now, oh, this is hard, man. Honestly, this is really hard. I'd probably guess it'd be France-Argentina again, which is going to be insane. Like, insane. I still have France pulling through. I do. They're too technically up there, and I think Mbappe is going to get that revenge revenge somewhat versus Argentina for what happened in the 2022 World Cup. I'm excited, man. It's going to be a great game. These games have been great, like phenomenal so far, and it just keeps growing. It just keeps getting the game more and more. And it's so cool to see and be on an American schedule for like watching these games and not waking up at 6 in the morning trying to watch this final, 10 in the morning watch the final. You get off at work 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. The games are on. It's great to see, and they're playing well. All these teams are playing well. I'm excited for it, but that's enough of the World Cup stuff. We're going to jump into some NBA stuff. We have some NBA drama, some more trades finally went through. Some of them are on hold. Some Summer League stuff we're going to talk about. So let's get right into it. And the NBA thing I want to talk about first is Giannis to Miami. He's a Miami Heat player officially. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. But the craziest thing to me is on Friday morning, Tyler Herro, who was a part of the trade to send Giannis to Miami, he went back to the Bucks, where he's originally from Milwaukee, from Wisconsin, which is a very cool thing in my opinion. To go back to where you're from, play in front of your fans, like your hometown fans, that's really cool to see. But him and Bam, apparently Bam, they were working out at the same facility in the Inside, what is it called? Inside World Sports, like a casino, I think it is. And they have a gym there, whatever it was, and Inside Resort World Casino, whatever it was. But Bam apparently punched him in the face, because apparently Tyler walked by him and said something to him, which it's been brewing for a little bit. Tyler Herro posted a graphic the other day on a burner account, and we all know it was his account because of what everyone follows these burner accounts nowadays. You can't get away with it like Kevin Durant did, and he didn't even get away with it because they all caught his account a couple years ago, or last year, honestly. But he posted the graphic regarding Bam Adebayo, his mid-range tendencies, and his mid-range field goal percentage, which is kind of funny to me, honestly. I do agree somewhat with what Tyler Herro was saying, like, hey, you guys need me. Like, you're not going to win anything with Giannis. You need me, which I do agree, as on paper right now. I do agree. I think Miami's going to be a great team, but I still think they don't have the shooting and the depth that they will need to get farther in the playoffs than other teams in the East. And the East is getting good every single year. But it's just crazy to me. Like, you guys were just teammates a couple days ago, and you punched him in the eye. So it's really just crazy to me. Like, genuinely insane. But the Kawhi to the Clippers trade is currently on hold. And I'm going to get into this a little bit because many people probably don't know, or some of you may know. Kawhi Leonard got into a scandal, an investigation launched into him last year by the NBA for a deal he did off onto the side, which was rumored that the Clippers paid him money under the table to keep him in Los Angeles. And the deal was like under the table. You're not allowed to do that in the NBA, obviously. And it was supposed to be on the books, and then it was on the books, and it was like a multi-million-dollar deal for this like sponsor that he was supposed to show up at, like these planting trees in Los Angeles, whatever it was. And he never showed up, so it was kind of like, hey, here's some money, stay in Los Angeles a little bit longer. But that didn't really work out, obviously, because he obviously ended up getting traded. So, but crazy. It's very crazy to see. And there was a joke that he's running from the federal government. Everyone's investigating him, so he went to Canada, which might be true. It might be true. It's just crazy to me that like we're still investigating this stuff. The NBA is so behind, and so they're run so poorly. Like, you let the guy play all these games this year, and now you're going to investigate when he leaves. Like, it just, whatever. You've been in this investigation for a year or so. You haven't found anything. Like, good luck, I guess. But it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, honestly. I don't think that nothing to worry about. If you're a Clippers fan, I think that they're going to be fine. I think that he'll go through. There's nothing clearly there, honestly. Like, nothing to worry about, if I'm being honest. So, we'll see. We'll see. I really can't believe that. It shows how misproperly the NBA is ran on all levels of the game. Like, truly, who really cares? You guys have been investigating this for a year now. Like, why are we still getting into this? Do I think he did it? Yeah, probably. The Clippers have been known for some shady stuff in the past. It's really not surprising. Yeah, whatever. They'll be fine. Everything will be fine. But Nikola Jokic has reportedly told reporters that next year, he wants to just wait off on signing an extension until after next season. Probably wants to see how the Nuggets are going to improve their team around him, which I always thought of Jokic to be a one-team guy. Like, he's going to stay in Denver, but I don't really know, honestly. A player like that who's that good, you can trade him. Nobody's untradeable. We saw the Luka trade. Nobody thought Luka was going to be traded, and obviously it worked out for the Mavericks. They got Cooper Flag now and stuff, and etc. But I think that Jokic at some point will be traded. I think that the Nuggets will realize, hey, like we can't build around you perfectly. At some point, and you can get assets, like a lot of assets for Nikola Jokic. We saw how much these players are going for, like now. Like, he's a 3 first guy. Like, you're gonna send multiple first round picks for him. So yeah, but I love Jokic. I think he might stay there. He might, but I don't believe it. I feel like he just wants to see how they do this year. We'll see. I don't know. Honestly, we'll see. But Victor Wembanyama, we'll move on to him. He signed a extension yesterday, a 5-year, $252 million deal. And a lot of people are mad at him because apparently, I think a lot of people are mad at the owners mostly. That's all it really is. So the owners get richer and richer every year. And he signed a more, I don't want to say team friendly, but he signed a deal where, like, you can still back him up, because a player like Wemby, you're going to give $300, $400 million to at some point in his career. And they signed a $252 million deal so that the rest of the team has flexibility to get more players around him. And I do agree. But it's kind of crazy to me that even the fact that we're, like, mad at him for doing that, he was going to stay in San Antonio regardless. He's their franchise player. He's the face of the NBA right now. It's just unnecessary hate, I feel like. But I agree. The owners continue to get richer and richer every year, and then none of the players are, compensated. But I also don't agree with that, partially because the NBA money is just insane to me. Like, you just go off every other sport. Like, there's hockey players who are the greatest at their sport, and they don't even make Rui Hachimura money. And that's crazy to say. Like, crazy to say. Tobias Harris has made millions of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's not one of the greatest players to touch the game ever. But, like, they make so much money. The role players in the NBA make so much money. There's a clip of Reggie Bullock, who played in the NBA. He's not in the NBA anymore, but he was more of a role player, off the bench shooter, 3-and-D guy, and he owns his own island. NBA money is no joke. Like, genuinely no joke. They make so much money. And again, I think if you're a professional athlete, you deserve to make some money, but it's a little overkill, in my opinion. The rest, it's a little overkill. They get paid so much money. Like, so much money. It's not even funny. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. I do agree with some of it, though. I get the point of, like, hey, let's not give all these owners this much pull on them. Which, yeah, I agree. And there's still really no word from LeBron. Nobody has any idea what he's doing. Rich Paul, his agent, has been on his podcast. And again, I don't know why Rich Paul has a podcast, but everyone does nowadays. Clearly, I can't say much, obviously, because I have one. But everyone has a podcast. Dude, but you're an agent. You're a behind-the-scenes guy. You don't have to be in the face of the public all the time. I feel like he's just LeBron's mouthpiece at this point, and he's just saying whatever LeBron wants. Like, there was a clip of him, and it's honestly, it's a good listen. The Max Kellerman and him. But he's saying last year that, like, Austin Reeves is not, they're not going to do anything with Austin Reeves. And I think that's just coming from LeBron directly. I think that's because he's one of the closest people to LeBron. I think it's just his mouthpiece at this point. And somewhat I do agree, but not everyone should have a podcast, Rich. You're a great guy, like, great agent, one of the greatest ever. You get multi-million-dollar deals for players who don't deserve it most of the time. But, like, you shouldn't have a podcast about this. Like, you're a behind-the-scenes guy. Why are you talking about all these different things? And also, you're an agent, for crying out loud. You don't know the game of basketball. You know basketball. Yeah, you're around the game. All these different things. But, like, you just shouldn't have a podcast, I think, in my opinion. Like, you truly shouldn't. It's kind of crazy that people give him even the publicity he gets now. But it is what it is. We'll move on. So we had some Summer League stuff. Obviously, we had the Heat Bucks game where... and then on top of the Harrow and Bam altercation, it left Harrow with a swollen eye. Like, if you guys look at the clips of him yesterday, he has a swollen eye. And then the Heat and the Bucks were playing a game, and the players were all there. Like, Bam was there, Harrow was there. All the players they traded for Giannis were all there watching. It's really crazy to see, honestly. Because, like, you don't think NBA players are tough, guys. You don't. There have been how many fights in the NBA in the most recent years? Like, they're not tough. Like, they used to be back then, but they're not as now, you know? Like, there's a clip of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar throwing a punch. Like, there's not... nobody's doing that nowadays. Nobody really cares. Like, you guys aren't doing this. But we'll get into some more Summer League stuff right now. And AJ DeBonta, number 1 overall pick, went head-to-head with Darren Peterson, number 2 overall pick. I've been on my TikToks recently. I've been posting a lot of TikToks about the Summer League stuff. And I think the Darren Peterson stuff was he's going to be a great player. And I still think he's going to be a great player. But he played earlier than AJ did, obviously. They played 2 games this week. AJ's only played 1. And the narrative coming after the first game of Darren Peterson's career was, the Wizards messed up. I don't think so. I really don't think so. There's not a world where AJ doesn't pan out, if I'm being honest. He's one of the more bona fide players who I think is going to have a great long-term NBA career. But we're just going to write him off before he even plays a game. And then he comes out and drops 27 on Darren Peterson. Like, come on. And he gets it done from all 3 levels of the game. Like, all of them. There's not a single player at that height. He has the wing, the modern NBA feel. I'm excited for him, genuinely. But I don't like the narrative of that. I really don't. And he tied the Summer League record, which would end up being broke, but we'll get into that, for a rookie on his debut in the Summer League by Blake Griffin with 27 points. It was a great game. I watched it a lot. It's Summer League's quite the experience, I'll say, because there's 10 fouls. You get up to 10 fouls as a player, and Darren Peterson had a bunch of fouls, a bunch of turnovers. Kind of crazy. He had a great game, though. He had 25 and 12. But the shooting numbers, I get you're letting these players empty the clip a little bit. You're letting them shoot a little more. They're giving more freedom to get used to the NBA pace, and I hear that part of it, but it could be better. It's not great basketball to watch, if I'm being honest. It's good to watch the players. It's good to see these players play after a few months off of college basketball, and it's cool to see. But the Summer League, it's good to watch. It's not the greatest to see basketball-wise if you're trying to watch some good basketball, but it's cool to see the top prospects come out there and play their game. So, yeah, I don't have much more. It's really... It was a good game. They played great. Peterson still had a great game, but he's not going to have... I just don't like how everyone's writing off AJ so fast, and AJ comes out and doesn't... Hey, I heard all the talk, 27. Like, he was dunking, shooting, scoring, playing defense, getting boards, and one of the biggest knocks on him was like, hey, can he get rebounds at the highest level? Can he do this? Can he impact the game more than just scoring? I just think that the Summer League has to do a better way of implementing a better product of basketball. I think even watching the game last night, which was the Bulls versus the Grizzlies, the product of it at the end was horrible. Like, the Bulls missed so many free throws, and I understand it's just players trying to get back in the league, some second-year guys who are literally fighting for a roster spot at this point. But there has to be a better way of watching it, I feel like. And I guess just that's me hating from a fan's point of view and from a basketball point of view, like a more basketball purist, I guess you would say. But it's just not fun to watch if you're trying. Like, I get you're just trying to watch prospects and stuff. If it's just Summer League, nobody really cares. But there's just a better way to go about it. Like, the Bulls could have won that game yesterday if they hit 5 more free throws, they could have won that game yesterday. Like, they just missed so many different free throws that it wasn't enjoyable to watch from my point of view. But I get it. They don't really care. They're just trying to get some prospects, some game time before the season and before training camp starts. So I understand the point of view from the NBA. But at the same time, there's just better ways to go about it, I feel like. And they implemented a new free throw system where it's like you shoot a free throw after every foul, like whatever. Like in the bonus, I guess it is, whatever it is. But there's lots of missed free throws, lots of opportunities to win games. I don't think the NBA cares enough to even fix that, I guess. And I get that point of view. I do. I hear it. I understand. I get what they're trying to do, but just better ways to go about it, in my opinion. But a lot of better ways to go about it. So we're going to see. But still, nonetheless, it's very cool to see NBA players, NBA prospects play couple months before the NBA season actually starts and regular season starts up, but whatever. That's enough of the summer league stuff. Oh no, I have more, but still, that's enough of that hiatus that I was trying to go on. But we had a game last night, which was the Bulls-Grizzlies game that I was talking about, which was Caleb Wilson versus Cameron Boozer, and a few different players that both teams drafted. And both teams are very young. New era out in Memphis. No more John Morant, no more Jaren Jackson, which I'm excited for the Grizzlies. I'm excited for them. They have a lot of young talent with Cedric Coward, who's almost a 2 or 3 type of guy who can play 3 and D. He's more 3 in defense, honestly. Can score. He's a great defender. And he almost ended up coming to Duke a couple years ago, but ended up going to the draft, which I understand. He was getting picked first round. He had a great combine, and he's a great player. He's a little bit older on the side, second year in the NBA this year, but he's looked good so far in the summer league. We'll see. But yeah, the game itself, Caleb Wilson broke the record for the most points scored in a rookie debut in the summer league with 35 points, which was just insane. Like, he played great. And the biggest knock to him coming out of college was, and I talked about this a few weeks ago on my NBA draft preview podcast, which was his shooting ability, because he didn't really shoot the 3 ball that well at North Carolina. Didn't shoot, like, his mid-range, good mid-range score. But if he can get that 3, and it looked great last night, he was shooting from everywhere. It looked great, and I think if he can get that down, he could end up being the best player in this draft, because he was already a top 4 pick, and the only knock on him was his shooting ability, because he has a two-way ability, he has the athleticism, he has the playmaking ability, he can get downhill. He's a all-around great player, but his shooting last night, I was really impressed. And I'm not really surprised by it, because even when he got drafted, he's like, I think the most underrated part of my game is the shooting aspect. And I think that when that comes, if it does come now, if it comes earlier, it's going to elevate the game, and it's going to elevate the Bulls. And I think I have the Bulls in the playoff spot next year. Like, truthfully, the East is going to be hard, yes, but they're going to be a fun team to watch. They're young. They got a new coach, new resume out there in Chicago, but I'm excited for him. He looked great last night. He looked great. He was scoring, playing defense. He got some blocks, too, some pretty impressive blocks. He gets up there and pins it, sends it away. He's exciting to watch, and I think he's going to be a fantastic player. But it goes to say how, like, stacked this class really is. Like, truthfully stacked. Like, there's so many different players who are going to impact the team right away. Like, genuinely. And that's no knock to Cameron Boozer, because as a Duke guy, it does pain me to say this because of how much I dislike North Carolina. But Boozer is going to be a great player all around. He's going to be a 20-10. He's going to impact winning. He's going to be all the intangibles. He slimmed down a little bit from the college game, which I think was... College is way more physical than NBA in every aspect of it, so he had to bulk up a little bit last year, get bigger, because he's posting up guys in the offense that we ran at Duke last year. He was the focal point from the block, from mid-range, like getting inside mostly. Slimmed down a little bit, and I think he's going to be more of a forward, like a wing type of guy on the wing more, because he can shoot the ball tremendously. He's a great shooter. He plays the game at the right way. His playmaking ability is amazing. Like, genuinely, to have that type of IQ at that type of age, it's impressive, very impressive. But I think Boozer doesn't have... I still think he has a high ceiling. I think he's a very high ceiling, but I think Caleb Wilson, if he can get that jumper down, he's going to have a better NBA career. And you can't overreact too much to these summer league games, so I'm not trying to go too far here, but I've always thought that. I think that Wilson's been my favorite player to even watch in North Carolina. Like, I was impressed when he played them. And it goes to show how good of a player he is, because I really don't like anyone in North Carolina. Like, there's not a single player I'm excited this year to watch about them, because they don't have the 5 stars this year coming. The freshman that's exciting, the leading team. They're going to be a good team, top 20, top 10, nonetheless. But I still think that he's going to be a great player in general, like a great player. I'm excited for Caleb Wilson. I'm excited for Chicago. I'm also excited for the Grizzlies and Cameron Boozer. He's going to be a star. He plays. It's kind of funny because he almost plays very similar to his dad, Carlos Boozer. And I get you, like, players don't usually play like their dads, Bronny, LeBron, not even close, obviously. But they play very similar games. He's a better shooter than his dad, and even his dad, Carlos, came out and said, was like, he has a better IQ than me. Like, at any level, I never had this type of IQ, the playmaking ability that his son has. So it's cool to see. It's really cool to see. We had a few other games this week. We had the Kings versus the Clippers. My boy Darius Acuff, my team, the Kings. Darius Acuff, the thing was, his shooting splits right now, but players are just emptying the clip. They're just going out there shooting the ball. They're just trying to get a feel for it, get the pace down pat, for the NBA season. And I have no problem with Darius Acuff taking 20 shots a game. I really don't care, I'd be more worried if he wasn't shooting the ball, if I'm being honest. You were a top 10 pick. You're supposed to come in here and change this franchise around because of how bad we need you. So I'd be more worried if he wasn't shooting the ball. And whatever, you can say whatever, the shooting splits, the games, it's only going to get slowed down for him. Like, if you keep shooting the ball, it's only going to get better. You're only going to improve. And some players don't have that, obviously, but it's only going to get better. And he looked good versus, who was it there? We had the California Classic. They played some California teams, the Heat out there in Los Angeles or Sacramento, whatever it was. Which is it's a small mini tournament before Summer League kicks off, which is a bunch of different teams come out to California and play. But he emptied the clip out there, shot pretty well in his first game, didn't play a second game. But the thing I like the most about him is his playmaking ability. He even says it himself. He's very grounded, very humble, very like, I gotta get better. Like, he played a great game yesterday versus the Clippers, and his first thing was, I gotta get my teammates more involved. And I love that. I think the accountability of that and the groundedness of a young player, it's so overlooked. Like, you have to have that. Like, if you have a player who comes out there and is like, well, I got 20, but, whatever. It was whatever. I don't care. I did what I had to do. But the first thing he does after scoring 20 points and shooting bad, he's like, I gotta shoot better. I gotta get my team more involved. I love that. I love that. I'm excited for him. He's gonna be a great player on the Kings. I think we got a good one. This is probably the most excited I've been for a player in a very long time. I got one of his rookie cards out of a pack the other day. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm so excited for him. I'm excited for the Kings in general. I don't get excited about the Kings. It's been a while. It's been a few years, and I don't really look forward to it a lot of the years, but I think we have a good one in Sacktown. It's cool to see. Honestly, we have a few young players out there: Dylan Cardwell, Nick Clifford, Maxime Reynaud, who they're not franchise players, so to speak. Like, Nick Clifford's not going to go out there. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm a little early in this, but I don't think he's going to come out there and be number one guy on that team. But good to have youth and good to have that youth depth, with different players. And yeah, I think Sacramento got a good one. I think he looked good. He was playing. He actually is his defensive end. That was one of the biggest knocks on him coming out of the draft was, hey, can he defend at the high level? I already think he looks better defending wise. It's just summer league. I get that you're playing against players who aren't going to be in the NBA next year. A lot of them aren't, but he's out there trying on defense. He's out there working. There was a clip of him the other day where he got lost a little bit on a ball action, a screen and roll, whatever it was, but he lost his guy. The guy hit a three, whatever it was. But that was the only shot the guy scored on him. He went 1 for 7. And we'll get into him too right now, who I'm talking about, Keaton Wagler for the Clippers, which, again, I said this to start, and I think a lot of people agree to this, that was, he's not going to be an NBA star right away. It's going to take a few years to adjust the pace, take a few years to adjust the physicality of the NBA. And I said that college is more physical. Yes, I still think that. But the NBA, you're playing against guys who are 6'8" as a point guard. Like, that's the guy you're guarding. The guy you're guarding is 6'7", 6'8". Even a shooting guard would be 6'10". It's crazy the length, the athleticism the NBA holds nowadays. And I think he didn't perform well. 1 for 7. Couldn't even be his defender. And the biggest knock was that he's too slow. He doesn't have that pace. And I do agree with that. He doesn't have the speed to get by, the burst to get by a player. But I think with time, it's the same type of thing that, like, a lot of people come out for knocking Shea a couple years ago. He doesn't have the space. But I think Keaton's going to be fine. It might not happen this year. He's not going to be great, I don't think. He's not going to be phenomenal his first year, but it's hard to be phenomenal the first year. You got to be a very special type of player to come out and dominate the NBA right away. And I've never thought Keaton was that. I think it's more of a let the game come to him. Let it slow down a little bit. And I get it's a top 5 pick. You want your player to come in there and dominate and be the guy right away. It's not going to happen in LA with the Clippers. It's not. He's not going to be the guy who dominates you right away. He's going to be. It might take a few years to adjust to that. The space, the pace of the game itself, even. Like, he's not going to break a defender down in his first year and get past him all the time. Like, these players are too quick for that. But once he gets there, it'll take a good step. And I think his shooting ability and his shot-making ability is going to carry that for him because he still has that ability to get downhill, to score. Maybe not get downhill at a pace that you would like for a top 5 guard and a freshman guard that you want coming out of college, top 5 pick, but he'll be fine. I'm not overlooking this. I'm not going to overlook him. I'm not going to write somebody off from our summer league game. Some of the greatest players in the NBA history haven't had great summer league debuts. Nobody really cares. It's, again, just glorified NBA runs for players who are just trying to make the league and show us what the top prospects want. It's really cool to see. But he'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about, LA Clippers fans. You guys have nothing to worry about. You got a good one. It might take a few years. It might take a a while, but it'll come with time. And then we have a few other ones. Mikael Brown for the Nets, just insane. A great player, a great point guard. His feel for the game is insane. Some of these passes he's able to make, up and unders, around the defense, it's insane. His IQ, and I think his shooting ability. I think the Nets are going to be fun to watch. And they have another player they took last year, Igor Demon, who's looked more comfortable this year in the summer league already a few games in than he did all last year. And I think he was saying how that when he came in, he goes, I got drafted and they were telling me how bad I was at these type of things, and I got to improve on this instead of telling me how good I already am. That's a big thing because he's a good player, like no doubt, he's a great player. But and I think Igor has he has the archetype to be a good player in this league for a very long time. And I think that's going to be a very bright future. But he has to take the next step, and I think he's on the way of doing that. And he looked good in summer league, and that backcourt's going to be good. Demon and even Mikael Brown. I think I'm excited for them. Like genuinely, I'm excited for them. We'll see. We'll see though. Mikael's looked good so far. He played. Acuff didn't play the other day. No, he didn't play. I apologize. Mikael Brown was sat out with injury, so he didn't play. But it's all right. He looked good still. I'm excited for the Nets. I really am. And we have Cameron Carr for the Lakers, who has been the perfect. I love this pick the Lakers made. This is the 3-and-D wing you need. He's not going to be the Trey Murphy impact right away, but he has that prototype. He has that build, that stature to be that type of player. The 3-and-D wing the Lakers needed, and they needed more youth. I think they nailed that pick. He's looked great so far. A great shooter. Proved that at the Combine. I wanted the Kings to draft him late in the later rounds. He obviously went a little farther, but a great player nonetheless. Like I'm excited for him. And a great pick. Like, genuinely a great pick for Lakers. I don't like saying that because I don't like the Lakers, but they nailed that one. I think he's going to have a great impact. I think he fits the JJ Redick system of getting shooters open, moving actions, moving around. Everyone's moving. The ball's moving. Not just staying still offense. And I love that for them. I love JJ Redick. I love the offense they run. I think he's a very young, bright future as a coach. Everyone knocked it a little bit. Like, he has no coaching experience, blah, blah, blah. He has one of the greatest basketball minds I've ever seen. Like, if you watch his show before he became a coach, when he was talking with LeBron, he is one of the greatest basketball IQs ever. Like, genuinely ever. You're a barely 6'2", 6'1" guard coming out of Duke. Yeah, you're undersized, but you shoot the crap out of the ball. You shoot crazy. Shoot from anywhere. Like, genuinely shoot from anywhere. And you lasted multiple years in the league, even a decade, I want to say, in the league. You're going to be a good player. Like, you have to have a good IQ and a good basketball IQ to know what to do, find open spots, find open spaces. And I think JJ Redick has that, and I think that's what helps him be a great coach. And I think the Lakers have a bright future. I'm excited to see how they play this year. We'll see. I don't think they're going to have that. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Like, I didn't agree with some of their signings. I didn't think they made some good choices, paying Walker Kessler all that money when he played 5 games last year. We'll see. We'll see, though. I think they nailed the Cam Carr pick, though. I think he's going to be a very good player. Like, a very good player for them. So, we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little still skeptical a little bit about them with how they played and who they signed. But we'll see. We'll see. And now, we're going to move on to some UFC stuff. I don't think I've done this yet in the podcast. I'm pretty excited for this. We have the UFC fights tonight, UFC 329, and Conor McGregor is back in the ring tonight. I can't wait. Like, genuinely, I can't wait. And I'm not even like a big Conor McGregor fan, but it's just, that's one of the most polarizing, wow, let me not butcher that one, like, figures in the fight world, like, of all time. Like, UFC was born and, like, big because of Conor McGregor. It was big before, yeah, whatever. He brought it to a new level. Like, everyone tuned in because of that. And he's fighting Max Holloway. And they fought a long time ago in 2013. And McGregor beat him. But this is not the same Max Holloway. This is the dog we all talk about now. This is the BMF for a little bit. You know, he's a dog. Like, this is like I let you watch. You pay. You don't pay anymore because obviously Paramount is now free to watch UFC fights. But you pay to watch Max Holloway fights. I can't be more excited. I'm genuinely. It's going to be a great fight. I still have Max Holloway. Even as a supporter of both of them, I have Max Holloway winning this fight, honestly. Like, I really do. He's more fluid, he's been in more fights recently. He's not going to have the cobwebs coming out there. He's going to be good. It's going to be a great fight. I think it might not last that long. I don't think it'll last that long. I think Max Holloway puts him away pretty fast. Not going to be forever because he likes to, play that pace, hit you a little bit, move around a little bit. He does everything, though. I'm excited for it. And Conor says that this is the greatest he's looked in a very long time, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for it, though. My prediction is Max Holloway gets done within 3 rounds. I think it's a 5-round fight? I don't know, but whatever. I still think he gets it down within 2 rounds. Okay, 3-round fight, so I'll say 2 rounds. But I'm excited for it. 5-round fight because main event. So I'd say 3 rounds. Yeah, I think Max Holloway getting done. But I'm excited to see Conor McGregor. I'm excited to see the return. I'll definitely be tuning in. I'm probably gonna have the Argentina game, and then I'll have the UFC fights on TV. I'll have both of them running at the same time. I gotta watch. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a great night for sports. Great night for people who watch all around sports and all of these different games and different aspects of it. So we'll see. And then we have the co-main event, which is Paddy Pimblett versus BSD Benoit Saint Denis. I got Paddy. I got Paddy because BSD is a great fighter, like a very good fighter. Doesn't have the, I don't want to say experience that Paddy has. They both have a long careers, they're both around the same age, same heights as well. But I have Paddy. I think Paddy gets done. I think Paddy chokes him out. Submission. It's going to go out through the ground a little bit, and that's where Paddy's most dangerous. I'm excited for that fight. I don't think it goes distance. I don't think it lasts to the final bell. I think at some point it'll be either way. By a Paddy win that by submission. And you have Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Batista. I am so excited for this fight. Corey Sandhagen is one of my favorite, more underrated fighters on the roster. I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. He's a veteran. Corey Sandhagen is. They both are. Batista's been in the game a long time. Sandhagen's been in the game for a very long time. I think it'll be a Sandhagen decision. By points, he'll beat him. And he fights so smooth. I love the way Sandhagen fights. I'm excited for that. Now we have, next fight is the Brandon Royval versus Lonair Kavana. Kavana? I don't know how to butcher that one. 10-1 young fighter versus Brandon Royval, who was at once the UFC interim champion or regular champion of the flyweight division. I think I have Brandon Royval though. I do. I'm excited for that fight. Very excited for that fight. I think Royval's a fun fighter. They're all going to be fun fights. I'm excited for this card, honestly, as a whole. These fights are going to be fun to watch. I'm really excited. Genuinely excited. I might even do a podcast tomorrow breaking down these fights, after the fact. So we'll see. Honestly, I don't know. It might come out one day. We'll see. I'm excited. This is one of the more exciting UFC cards we've had recently. So we'll see. And then we have Bobby King Green versus Terrence McKinney, the last fight of the main card. Give me McKinney. I like King Green. I think he's a good fighter, but he's getting old, man. He's getting up there in age. So we don't really know, we don't really know. He's got that dog, though. He could always knock somebody out. He can always put him out clean. But give me Terrence McKinney. I love that guy's story. Great story. Look it up if you ever heard it, but that's a story for another day. But I love that. He's going to be a very good fight. So we'll get into the prelims card. Robert Whittaker, Uncle Rob, versus Nikita Krylov. Give me Robert Whittaker, obviously. Give him my veteran. Give me that guy who gets in there and fights this fight. I do think, though, prediction for this is going to be his last fight tonight, honestly. I don't think he's going to... I think he retires. He's going up to light heavyweight from middleweight, That's a pretty big jump, and I think Nikita's a big guy. 6'2". They're both 6 foot, but Nikita's got a little bit of the height, the reach, a little bit of ability on him. I'm excited for it, though. Give me Rob Whittaker, though. Get it done. It's going to be a hard fight for him to win at light heavyweight, but I'm excited for it. Let's get it done. And now, a little more controversial. We have Gable Stevenson versus Alicia Ellison. And Gable Stevenson's, I don't think he should be fighting. You can look up what's happened in the past, but I'm not going to stand up here and criticize people for what they've done in the past, but I don't think you should be fighting on the roster, but it doesn't surprise me because that's what All Dana White does, is allows crazy stuff like this to happen. You can look up in this story. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to shed light on something that doesn't need to be shed light on, but did some questionable things in the past. The funniest thing is he works out with John Jones.